Continuing our series, Pushing the Limits. It's the risk big wave surfers take when they charge some of the world's most dangerous waves, serious injury and sometimes death. But today in our Pushing the Limits series, we focus on an effort to make big wave riding as safe as possible. As surfers push the limits of big wave surfing, the risks go up exponentially. In fact, a handful of very experienced big wave surfers have died pursuing the ocean mountains, including Hawaii locals Mark Fu, Todd and Sion Milosky. But now, a prestigious group of ocean experts led by lifesaving pioneer Brian Keaulana is teaching a comprehensive lifesaving course that's making a difference. It's called BWRAG, Big Wave Risk Assessment Group.
You know, for me, it's like it's second nature to be a lifesaver and a surfer. You know, but there's not too much people knows about that much life-saving skill. But when you ask any surfer, have you ever assisted or rescued anyone in the ocean? And every single surfer will have a story. Everyone. If they don't, they just started surfing.
The group includes life-saving experts from other sports, not only surfing.
When you talk about surfers highly educated in the field of life-saving and surfing, it's such a great balance and mix, you know, to go out and enjoy the fantasy that we all create and the reality that we all live. We like to lead things by choice, not by chance. And that's what BWRAG's premises is really all about. It's all about education and getting people and, you know, getting them CPR certified and bringing them into classes. We provide as much information as possible in different classes. And it went from like 1 day, 2 days to a full week now. So there's everything from learning CPR skills, life-saving skills, spinal extrication, personal watercraft.
According to Brian, even the most skilled surfers can increase their knowledge.
The biggest killer to me is the ego. You know, if you can kill the ego and build humility and try to, you know, absorb as much education as possible, that can be the greatest lifesaver that you can receive and give.
The course is now in demand around the world as more big waves are discovered.
But it has gone globally. So we've taught at Half Moon Bay Mavericks in Puerto Rico, in Australia, and we're branching out into like Japan, Portugal. We already went to Ireland, you know. So again, we're not divided by land, but we're connected by water.
That's a philosophy Brian grew up with out on the west side.
That's our whole thing, is to share the family values that we learned, you know, especially here in Macau, growing up, you know, with my father and all the pioneer surfers and, you know, my dad's way of teaching, not just the cultural side, but, you know, the whole life-saving side and the whole science side, which you bring, you know, also too, of reading the water, reading the ocean, reading the weather, you know.
Brian and his BWRAG friends have a global goal based on a successful local culture.
Here at Macau, I want to turn more places like what we have here and kind of clone that to everywhere else. You know, because when you surf here, you have so many different, you know, junior guards, firemen, lifeguards, and even the average lifeguards, I mean, the average surfers here that we train, they all well in depth in life-saving skills.
Yep, despite being one of the more dangerous waves around the world, Macau is actually one of the safest, mainly because the lifeguards are right there, and like Brian said, most of the guys in the water are well trained because of the ohana that Brian Keaulana brings.
That's right.
Yeah.
Survival is key.
Yeah, it's awesome.
The more training of more people, the better it is for everyone.
Yep.
Yeah, and everybody feels safer. And there's a camaraderie amongst all the wave riders as well, to know that you can count on the guy that's next to you. Even though you're competing for waves, you know that if you're in trouble, that guy's going to save you as well.
All right, so you got to sample some of this stuff?
Yeah, we get to jump in the water to actually participate in a life-saving drill. So that's where coming up at 6:40, we'll get in the water with Brian Keaulana to learn how they use the jet skis to rescue surfers in the impact zone. And I'm lucky they were there because the waves were, you know, pretty good.
He is one of the most sought-after watermen in the world.
That's right. We're talking about film production, movie productions, and all of that stuff.
But I've talked story with him from time to time. Navy SEALs even he works with, and that he can't talk about.
He makes it look easy.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Guy.